Hi, welcome to Unfiltered. I'm your host, Amber, and today we're going to talk about being discouraged. First, a special thanks to everyone for your support of this show, for your engagement with our videos and the content, and for sharing your personal journeys with us. Keep those coming and your stories coming as well. Those are a huge source of encouragement for us. Discouragement is a disease of the heart that can be deadly. It feeds on unresolved disappointments of your life. It steals your courage and leads to self-doubt. It affects everyone in different ways, and sadly, it's all too common in the lives of trans people. It shows up in countless ways, leading to envy and depression and procrastination, isolation, fear, giving up, being overly critical, discouraging others, saying hurtful or negative things, giving into destructive or harmful behaviors, and the list just keeps going on. Phoenix and I are no strangers to discouragement in our lives. Personally, I try to overcome depression daily. And while going through this battle, I also have to stay strong and try to remain supportive for my wife and also as a mother who has a trans son. I can feel like a lot of days I feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, and you wonder if it's going to ever get better, but I keep reminding myself that this can't last forever. It will get better in time. I struggle with keeping it together when my wife also deals with discouragement. Being trans comes with lots of discouragement. I don't always know how to help her. I need to find a new psychologist to help me, be the type of wife that she needs and to help me get out of this slump. I sometimes don't know how to help myself, and I worry about disappointing her. I been in a slump for a while, and the psychologist I was seeing didn't help me in the way that I need. He was a great listener, but I want somebody who challenges my mind, get deep down into the root, find out why I'm a passive aggressive person and depression holds me back, and find out, how to overcome my insecurities, and to find out, where the resentment comes from and how to overcome that, and the lack of interest in my life and fear of failure and going after my goals. Those are huge setbacks for me. And earlier today, it was just, finding out what discouragement was, finding out a really good definition. It just opens up your mind, and you're just like, wow, it's a huge eye opener, that we allow discouragement to destroy us a lot of times. It might not be forever, but we all have those moments or those seasons. Right now I am on unemployment. My job had closed down in August, and for many years I've had some issues, and I've been going to see doctors, and I haven't gotten any answers. I'm having a hard time feeling like that I'm never going to get better. I just feel like for as young as I am, it's never going to get better, and it's a huge discouragement. I worry about when I do find a job, being able to go to my doctor's appointments, because I am diabetic, so I have to go every 3 months. And to go to doctor's appointments when you work day shift is pretty difficult, especially for employers who want somebody. They don't really care what's going on in your life most of the time. They just want you to show up, do your job, and not have to worry about somebody who isn't reliable. And mentally and physically, I'm not ready to go back to work, but we need me to go back to work desperately. And I fear, you know, what if I can't be as good as an employee as I want to be? Because I'm one of those reliable people, and I work hard, and I have integrity, and it's huge for me. Um, I take a lot to my heart with my work ethic. The weight of the medical expenses for myself and for my wife and my son's transitioning, it feels like it might just crush us financially, and it's enough to stress anyone out. I'm not getting any answers from these doctors, but I still get all these bills, and I did have surgery at the end of August, and I got those bills that came in. So there's a lot building up there, part of our discouragement. There's also a void in our lives where God used to be. We had our lives were so surrounded by, church and our beliefs and church family, and we don't have any of that anymore. So we're at this point because of how the world is. We don't know what we believe. You've been told one thing your whole life, and then you pray and pray and pray and pray, and you don't see anything happening. You wonder, did we waste all of our time in church? You have so much that goes through your mind, and those are just some of my discouragements. Some of Phoenix's biggest sources of discouragement is definitely loneliness. She feels incredibly lonely all the time. Even when she's surrounded by friends and family, she feels like no one will ever fully understand or relate to her. She knows it's irrational. She talks about it all the time. She just can't shake it. Her best friend had moved away, and they don't get to talk very much. It's not like it's some hour drive. She's got to fly, or drive a whole day to see her, and those times are, far and few in between. And I noticed that she hasn't had a connection with anybody else like she did her best friend that moved away. So that's a discouragement for her. She struggles with feeling worthless. She was raised a person's only as valuable as what they accomplish in life. And great things and reaching high goals, and she just has this huge expectation of herself, that it's never going to be good enough. She's never going to be smart enough, and she's incredibly smart. She's really hard on herself. There's things that she thinks is, common sense. Everybody knows, and I have to remind her, no, they're not. You've got lots of gifts. You're incredible. She always says she doesn't feel like she's ever going to be pretty enough. And I know I'm her wife, and I know she looks at it as me just being biased and that I love her, but she is beautiful. I mean, absolutely stunning. And, she's only halfway through her transition. So, she needs to remember that, I know it's hard for her in this in-between process and it being slow. She has like meltdowns over her appearance, and she feels like the transitioning is way too slow. She told me, sometimes she feels like she's undeserving of anyone's time or love, which is insane to me, that you would feel that discouraged and that worthless, that you are undeserving of those things. She has always moved up in her career, and she feels like it's because she came out at work, because she is in management. And I don't believe that at all, because the but you can't, she's discouraged. Her career seems to have come to a halt. And, those are huge hurdles for her. We don't always deal with discouragement in the best ways either. Sometimes we tend to sleep. I sleep a lot and avoid life's responsibilities, and then you're even just, I end up discouraged because I've done that, but, just like Phoenix not being able to shake her loneliness, I can't shake, that discouragement in my life where I just want to avoid life's responsibilities. I tend to be short and stop communicating with my wife. And it seems to drift into seclusion and shut out everyone else. I won't answer my phone, and I'll turn my ringer off, and I won't look at it for a day. I'll leave, and I'll leave my phone at home. It's just something I battle with, having that desire to go and do things. Sometimes Phoenix responds the same way. She tends to drown out the world. She's always on social media and watching podcasts and TV and books, and she drowns herself in work. And, she takes things to an extreme. She only deals in absolutes. If it's something she don't have to do, she ain't doing it when she goes through these discouragement times. But we are getting better. We are getting a lot better at battling discouragement, in healthy ways. We keep humor in our lives and our family, and, we make each other laugh all the time. That's something that we didn't have before transitioning. So, I feel like there's more of a connection in our marriage that wasn't there before. And, we love retail therapy. What girl doesn't, hot baths, spending quality time together, going out on romantic dates with my wife. I mean, I love having her on my arm. She's absolutely beautiful. And, that I like when we are across from each other at a restaurant and, she gets like this glossy gaze over her eyes and stares at me like I'm the only person in the world. And my heart melts, and I know she loves me, And we go on drives. We'll just drive for no reason, back roads, looking at all the beautiful country. We change up our scenery. We really enjoy nature. Hang out with family and friends, in our support community. Phoenix will play her guitar and she'll sing to me. She has regular deep conversations with some of her friends, the other trans girls, and they encourage one another, She's also good at problem solving, and she's hyper focused when she needs to be. She's very talented in everything she touches and everything she does. I kind of envy that. Laughter is the best medicine. And I've learned that, over the years. I know when you sit and you watch, a movie that's very funny and it uplifts your spirits and you feel better, afterwards. And I just wanted everybody to know, through all of these transitionings, expenses, and, your job might seem to not be what you want, and you're working hard and you feel like you're standing and running in the same spot. So I encourage you that just to keep going, keep persevering, pushing through, because we all go through it. Phoenix and I have been through some stuff. I mean, some serious stuff in the 18 years of being together. And we've had fantastic times in our lives, and we've had some tough situations that you only see in movies, and it's brought us closer together, through this transitioning, it was our biggest hurdle. And us going through all this makes me believe there is absolutely nothing that we won't be able to stand together. She's my soulmate, my partner, and I encourage everyone to just keep persevering. We all go through it. In this stage right now, that's what we're going through. And I wanted to let everybody know, life isn't perfect. It's pretty messy. Well, that is all I have for my show. Thanks for watching. And please remember to subscribe, share our videos on Facebook and YouTube. If you have any comments, you can instant message us on Transverse, or you can email us at transverseunfiltered@gmail.com. Again, thank you from my family to you. We love you. Until next time.